Hi, this is Neil Walters, and I'm doing a continuing series of videos on Bitcoin and looking at a couple of different Bitcoin web wallets. Now, again, these are not necessarily the wallets I'm using, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of how you can create these wallets for free. It's not like going to a bank. You don't have to have any money to actually create a wallet. You don't need to show them your driver's license or anything. You can just go online to a website and create a Bitcoin wallet. So in a prior video, I created one of this type, btc.com, and just for a flavor of what a different one looks like, I'm going to create one on CoinSpace. So we're going to click here, Create New Wallet, and it says we are going to generate your very own passphrase. Okay, so again, remember you always have these secret words and you have to make sure you write them down and save them somewhere. And this is where you have to be very careful. So for example, I'm going, well here you can say, it's copy to clipboard, and then I'm going to open Notepad++, and I'm just going to paste them in here, and I'm going to put the name of the website so I remember later for demos what I'm doing. And what else? Anything else I need to save? Warning, your passphrase will not be shown again. Without it, you will lose access to your wallet. That's not a good thing, right? So now, let me just talk about hackers. If you save this file on your disk, on your computer, that means anyone in your house, for instance, your kids, your wife, your spouse, your husband, your aunts and uncles, whoever has access to your computer, if they find this file on your disk, I think all they have to do is copy these words and they'll be able to get to your wallet, which is not a good thing, right? So that's why security is very, very important with Bitcoin, because you could have $10,000 in a wallet, and if somebody found these words, and they could basically go in, drain your wallet, and send it somewhere else, okay? So also be sure you do save them. Don't just put them in Notepad, but save them somewhere. But the point is, where are you going to save them? Now, the other idea is you write them on a piece of paper and you put it in your physical wallet, or you put it in your vault. You put it in your safety deposit box at your bank or something like that. But if you're going to need these words every time you log on, you can't really go to your safety deposit box every time, right? So I'm just trying to slowly instill in you some of the important ideas of how these wallets work. So now I'm going to say, yes, I've written them down. I agree to the conditions. And it says now it wants a PIN. So it wants a 4-digit number. So we'll come over here. I'm also going to create a 4-digit number. That's just kind of a random number I just typed in. Okay. Now let's see what we got. And again, I've never actually been to this wallet, I don't think. So wallet address. Okay, we're in the send page right now. So there's a receive. This would be my public wallet address if somebody wants to send me money. What do we got here? Exchange. So these would go to two different websites where you could exchange, for instance, Bitcoin to Ethereum. Here's your history page of your transactions. I don't have any yet. And here's your tokens. So this wallet's a little fancier. See, it allows you to store Ethereum in it, for instance. So let's look at Bitcoin here. Okay, I guess there's really nothing to expand there. See, it just takes a minute. It's showing you what your balance is for that coin up here at the top of the screen. That's interesting. It shows I have Ethereum here. Oh, that's the current price. Sorry. That's the current price of Bitcoin right now, based on whatever exchange or tool they're using. And Ethereum is worth $238 right now. So before we even put any money in this wallet, what I want to do is just close that screen totally, right? And let's go back to it again. So we have the URL saved over here, right? And now it says, oh, give me your PIN. Ooh, that's almost scary. It's like it must be using cookies or something. I actually really wouldn't be comfortable with that at all. Oh, let's click log out. Okay, didn't do that before. So now we've logged out. So now that's better. Now we open an existing wallet. So there's another example right there. Let's say you're at your home computer and you're on this wallet and you don't log out. You just go for a coffee break. Again, let's suppose you have a bad teenager son who doesn't like you or something. He could come to your computer, he could get on here under your wallet and do what he wants, right? So you might want to log out of your account when you leave your computer. So let's go to here, open existing wallet, and now see it wants your 12 password phrase, your 12-word phrase. So you won't be able to log on unless you have these 12 words. And now you also have to have that 4-digit PIN. And as it says here, it might take some time because it has to do some little cryptographic magic calculations against all those words to be able to figure out your wallet address. Okay, and that literally took, it said please allow some time. It literally took about 1.5 minutes, maybe even 2 minutes to load this page. So just to kind of play around some more, just to get you comfortable again how this works. Remember, I have this wallet over here that has, oh, by the way, I did find the settings for English here. I mean, I'm US dollars. So instead of euro currency here, you can click US dollars. Click Save Settings. So now at the top it says your Bitcoin, whatever I have in here, is worth about $1.06. Okay. So now let's say I want to send Bitcoin from this wallet to the other wallet. So suppose you had a friend that had this type of wallet and you want to send it to that person. So they're going to go to the receive page and this is their public address. So I'm going to add that also in my little notepad file here. This is the PIN. This is the public address for Bitcoin. Now you'd have a different address for Ethereum and a different one for the others. Now if we go to this wallet, we're going to click send. No, I don't want to deal with that right now. And I want to send it to a Bitcoin address, that one. And the amount is okay, I have 0.001 available. But I'm going to send even a smaller fraction of that, 0.00004, okay? And when you pay your fees here, by the way, you have 3 choices: high priority, optimal, and low priority. And so I'm going to go ahead and pay whatever extra cents it is for the high priority here, assuming I have enough for that. And it also tells you here roughly in US dollars what you're sending. So see, I have about $1.06. So 40% of that is 42 cents. Roughly, I mean, 40% of that, yeah, is roughly about 42 cents. So I'm going to click send. Now it wants my wallet password. So I'm going to have to go look that up. And I click OK. Okay, it says uneconomical UTXO request type. So I think what they're telling me is I can't send such a small amount. Okay, so just to see if it makes any difference, instead of paying the high priority, let's try optimal. And it still says uneconomical. And just for fun, let's try low priority. Same issue. Okay, I have another theory. What that might mean is that I don't have enough to pay for the fees of the Bitcoin transfer. So let's just try this. I'm going to note down here a couple little things. So I have $1.06. Actually, I don't have any dollars. See, that's just a way in the mind of thinking about it. I have this many Bitcoins, okay? Because that price of Bitcoin could change in the next few minutes. And I'm going to send now a smaller amount even. Let's try 0.005. And we'll do it optimal priority and say send. This is invalid amount. Okay, I did some more research offline. So again, this is one reason I don't use this wallet. It gives these horrible, unreadable messages like this that you have to go Google and research. All in all, it's basically telling me I don't have enough money to send this amount of money. So now this raises a whole nother question I should explain to you is what are the fees for Bitcoin? So just for example, the other day in a prior video, I sent money from Coinbase. I sent Bitcoin from Coinbase to this wallet. And let me show you the details of this transaction here. This is on the blockchain. This is the public information that's available for that transfer. So you see right here, it says fees. So I'm going to copy that number. It's in Bitcoin, of course. Bring up my calculator here and multiply that times, unfortunately, Bitcoin is down a little bit today, so it's about this amount. And that means the fee was about 87 cents. Okay, or yesterday, if Bitcoin was 12,000 or 11,000, the fee might have been higher. So what this kind of shows here is, you know, if you were sending $1 million overseas, the fee might still be 87 cents. But when you're sending $1 just to do videos for YouTube, I'm eating up my transactions basically with these little tiny fees, because the fees are like more than 50–80% of my transaction value, basically, right? So basically right now I'm kind of stuck and I can't get this Bitcoin out of this wallet because it's only $1 and the fee might be 80 cents or whatever, and it's confusing. And then this thing called UTXOs, that your money may be in different what's called UTXOs, different slots, let's say, and your fee is actually per byte. And so the more your little Bitcoins are scattered across the network, there's more bytes to make that transfer happen. So unfortunately, this kind of just ruins my demo. But we can always learn from these issues. So I did a Google and I found this little website here that's a Bitcoin fee calculator and estimator. And so remember on this tool over here, I had a choice of how fast you want to send it. Well, there are other tools, other wallets that will actually allow you to enter the exact Bitcoin amount here that you're willing to pay for your fee. And so there's a high priority, optimal, and low priority. So when you come over here to this calculator, that's like how many blocks it's going to take. So like if this BTC.com website let me go like really, really low priority, you can see here I might get my fee down to like 8 cents and then I could send that amount of money. But if I'm up here and I want it to be confirmed super fast, it's going to cost me $1.92 to send even 50 cents of Bitcoin. So my fee could actually be higher than the amount I'm spending. So in future videos, I'm going to try to find another coin that doesn't have the fees like this so I can transfer around some smaller amounts and give you a better idea how this works. So just to recap what I did in this video, I went to another website, which was CoinSpace, and I created a wallet here, and I was going to transfer some Bitcoin to that wallet, but I just don't want to keep sending around these small $1 and $2 amounts because I'm eating myself up with the fees. So I was going to send some money from this wallet to that wallet, but my fees were basically too high, and I didn't have enough money to do it, and I don't want to spend my real Bitcoin because I'm investing in it, right? So that concludes this video with an idea of how these different wallets work. And then as a sideline, we learned a little bit about fees, how you can use this fee estimator. I can put the link for that below the video. And the other thing we looked at was the blockchain explorer. And by the way you can get to that is you just go to like blockchain.com or Google blockchain explorer. There's more than one. And you can paste in the transaction ID or the wallet ID, and then you can get a list of the transactions for that Bitcoin wallet. Or if you're on the transaction, you see exactly how that transaction was. And we used this the other day when we were looking at the number of confirmations, which I did a separate video on. So let me give you one more analogy to kind of wrap this up. We've talked about how Bitcoin is like gold and maybe Litecoin is like silver. And then there are other coins coming out that are going to be more for buying and purchase things on a daily basis. So if you think of Bitcoin as gold, if I go to the grocery store and I give them a gold coin, they're going to kind of look at me funny, right? and I have to exchange that gold for cash in order to be able to buy my groceries. Or if the grocery store takes gold, they're going to have a person like weigh the gold and assess it and make sure it's a good quality gold. And there's fees involved with doing all that kind of stuff, right? So I kind of put myself in a bad place here where I was sending $1 worth of gold, basically, or Bitcoin, and the fees associated with that transfer were just higher than the actual amount I was trying to send. So one of the points of the video is if you're sending micro amounts of money like 50 cents, 75 cents, Bitcoin is not the tool to do that. Bitcoin is when you want to send like $100 or $1,000 or even millions of dollars from one account to the other or one country to the other. So I hope that gives you better context of where we're at in this demo and why things kind of went so goofy. Talk to you on the next video.